We rocking with Big Stretch, Nickerson Gardens, Money in the Blood, guys. You upset? Straight up out the Nickersons.
And you just did when did you completed a pretty lengthy term recently?
Yeah, I went to prison in 1994, and I was just released in 2020.
Right before you got locked up, the world's most famous blood, I guess, Suge Knight, you had a interesting business endeavor involving him here. Yo, like tell us about that experience.
I like the word endeavor. I was thinking the same thing. No, you know.
So take us back. It's 1993.
It was 93.
Death Row is taking off. Chronic is out.
Chronic is out. Dre is with him.
Pac is not there yet.
Pac not there yet. I just got out of prison again as well, actually. I just got out of prison for doing a 2-year bid. And you know what? Shit. I know the homie called. I was chilling with my homie Big Green Eyes. May he rest in peace. I love my bro. 5-star general with diamonds on the router. But Oz told me, said, the homie coming home, I'm not trying to mention no names. I would talk about me and Oz, that's my bro. But he said the homie coming home, and he got something lined up that he needed us to do for Harry O. And so there was a powwow of the projects, and I was told that what we was gonna do, we was gonna go holler at some nigga. We bring the nigga to him, and we gonna get paid for our service. We didn't even know this was Suge. We know it was Suge Knight.
And you're about what, 24?
Yeah, 23. And so we went to Interscope Records, a tall ass building that went down there. four deep. No guns, we left the guns in the car, and we walked up in Interscope. Still not knowing this is Suge Knight. And we sitting there looking across the room, gates in the room, and Suge comes out the side door. And the homie say, "That's the nigga right there, I'll bring him to me." Suge looks, and I said, "Come here, nigga." And so I engaged him as well. "Check it out, champ." And Suge made a beeline towards the elevator. Said, "Oh, I gotta take care of something." He took off. There's white people all in the lobby, so we engaged. And the homie said, "Don't let him get away." So we chasing, but we not running, we power walking. He's power walking to the elevators, and we right behind him. He realized if he tried to get on the elevator, we was gonna catch up to him and engage him, so he went up the stairwells. We chased him up the stairwells. Green Eyes yelled at me, "Don't let that nigga get in one of them rooms and lock the door on the stress." So I kind of low key, he tried to get in the door where his bodyguards was at, and I kind of like, hit the door.
And who were his bodyguards?
His bodyguards were some real niggas. A lot of them rest in peace. So you got Haron, rest in peace. Bob the Power Room, that's my guy. I love him. He was a real homie, he was a real nigga, real power, P-Funk. He was my big homie in a sense because he was older than me, you know what I'm saying? And I come up under Haron and I learned a lot fucking with him. Then the Blood Module back in 4300 in the late 80s. But Haron, all the niggas that Tupac mentioned on this song, Haron, Bunch Real, Rick, my nigga Rock Chisholm from L Street, all of them was in there.
They're in there, but Suge's in the hallway by himself. He gets to the door.
And I kind of low key, give him a little kick. And he stomped in there and he startled them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because they in there kind of 10 deep. But it's niggas in there that's on swole, they gangsters. These niggas real bombed and power room niggas. And so anybody else would have came, they would have got mauled. Because prior to that, Harry was sending some dudes who couldn't get the job done. And niggas wouldn't let nobody come up in there.
What was happening when those guys were coming?
They was getting ran off. Blood Power, get the fuck out of here. And they was fucking them niggas up. They running them off. The ozone niggas, the bottom niggas, that Harry knew, you know what I'm saying? But he got the right niggas to get the job done this time. So we went up in there. Green Eyes got in his face, told him, nigga, I'm OG Green Eyes. Suge was like, they said, "What's up, Suge?" He said, "I don't know, man. These niggas talking about I gotta go downstairs and talk to this. And he said, "Nigga, I'm OG Green Eyes from Bonnie Island, nigga. And you finna go down here and talk to the homie." But see, when Haron and them didn't move like they usually would do on any nigga, they was like, "Hold on, big G-Eyes." Suge knew at that moment he had to go downstairs.
Now, was that what you told me the reason was, is that something you're saying on camera or not? About the organization?
Yeah, I'm not gonna go deep into that because I'm not part of that, right? And paperwork stuff, right? But I will say that them was his comrades.
From a prison group.
And then they, everything was it was unified. And Suge didn't notice at the time that it was, they stood down and we escorted him down there, and a $500,000 check was signed over and it went to Harrio, and we got paid for doing that. And left and still didn't know that was Suge.
And you said you saw him
A couple weeks, maybe a month later at the Summerfest backstage. We was with Mike Conception and my brother, Lil Stretch and Big Wad. Rest in peace, my brother's brother, and relatives, Big Wad for life, Mafias. And we was backstage with Mike Conception. And so, a riot happened. If you go back and check the history on it, anybody can go look it up. 93 at the Great Western Forum, SWV was performing, Bill DeVoe performed. Now we're backstage with all of these, MC Light, Queen Latifah.
At that time in the audience, probably a lot of different gang groups and stuff.
Only a chosen few, because it's really in Inglewood, which is a dominant blood area. So you got like a lot of Crenshaw Mafias here, the Lang, the Body Hunters, you know what I'm saying? Niggas is here. And my homie, rest in peace, they started, melee up in there. But I was backstage. I was backstage, so I can't tell you.
It was out in the audience.
How this, I just know my homie set trip, you know what I'm saying, and it went up. So before that though, I meet Rez Tate, and all that was backstage. And so before I go into getting back to Suge, let me just tell you this about Rez Tate. That's my brother. Men's Society, it just came out. So, we
filmed right down the street.
In the Great Streets, in Jordan Downs. And these niggas here is real money. It was me, Top Dog was there, which is Dude Dog, 2 T's, my brother.
Of TD Entertainment.
Top Dog Entertainment. This is for Top Dog, though. We here with Mike Conception. We got the big backstage passes on. It's me, my brother just called, Lil Stretch, Big Wad, G Real, my homie, rest in peace. Big Green Eyes, rest in peace. It's sad. We see Rez Tate, and like I said, me, Oz, G Real, my brother Lil Stretch, we will, at this time we really active bunny hunters, you know what I'm saying? And we not playing about our bunny hunters, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We ain't hunting. We ain't front, we hunting. You know what I'm saying? So it is real. You feel me? For who it is, where it is, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's up, and it's gonna be stuck. So when we at this motherfucker, we backstage here, we got Mike Conception like this in a wheelchair. And so we see Rez Tate, and I'm like, that's the nigga Rez Tate. We go over there because he was playing a crip in the Jordan Downs. So we got on low-key press, but we wasn't tripping. We went around him, he looked, he said, damn, all these niggas. We backstage. So my homie Green Eye said, man, what's up, old dog? And he was like, oh, what's up, man? So we was like, what's up, bro? You from over there? You bang? He was like, no, I ain't never gang bang. If he looking at this, he would tell you this facts. He say, no, I ain't never gang bang, man. I'm from somewhere like Pennsylvania. He tells some shit. So we like, yeah. We like, well, we from Body Others. We from the other projects across the street. Yo, I heard about y'all. I said, yeah, that's where we from. And my big homie Green, I'll never forget. He said, so you never banged? He said, no, big homie. And Green Eye said, well, nigga, you act your ass off in that movie. And we walked off. And he said, let's go smoke some weed. So me and Green Eyes walked off by ourselves, and we was in the back cut. And we smoking, and we look up, and Suge and Haron was coming up the aisleway. And Suge was on his cell phone, 1993. And as they coming towards us, the big homie said, Stretch, you know what that is? I said, yeah, Suge, nigga. So when he see us, facts, he do just like this. He on the phone, he with Haron, his number one buddy. When he see me in eyes, he do like this, he look up and see us, he said, let me call you back. That's how fast he hung up when he saw us, on God. And he walked up and he said, Oz, what's up, man? I want to fuck with you and your boy Stretch. And I said, that's what it is. He said, go to Death Row tomorrow.
You were rapping at this time?
I rapped, I did a couple, I rapped, but I was like featuring on my brother and them shit, because I was in the streets. I'm out here, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't really, I'm tripping if you tripping. I was in the streets. I ain't gonna sit there and lie. I was straight in the streets, thugging. So I would come to the studio and they'll tell me, hey man, come through, man, we finna do something. And I'll come through and drop a track on my brother and them shit, which I did on the East Side, West Side, the Young Soldiers, the originals. But They did the remix on Snoop shit when they signed with Death Row later in the game after the incident. But Suge left $14,000 cash in an envelope for me and Oz. We went down to Death Row, picked it up. A couple months later, Suge kept hearing this song. Everywhere in LA, they was playing this song in 1993.
East Side, what's that?
East Side, nigga, West Side, nigga.
Remember that song?
That's me. Both my brothers is on them songs, on both of them. So Suge was like, who is these niggas? And my homie DK Flipside, they're from OFTB.
And that's who lost his life recently.
Right.
Or relatively.
Yeah, and Pac mentions them in this song. They told him they're my homies from the hood. That's Big Stretch's little brother. And Suge signed my brother and them, him and Big Y. And they did the remix.
Rest in peace, Big Y.
Rest in peace, Big Y. So they did the remix, and I went to jail at the time they did the remix. But I bailed out in 95 on bail, and guess what? Death Row was hosting the Soul Train Awards. If you remember, in 95, the boy got killed.
Oh, Carrie from the 60s.
I was there, bro.
Oh, let me ask you about that. Did you, not that you was looking
saw
for this time, do you think he had police working?
Who?
You know, the whole thing with the Rampart,
You know-
David Mack and Raphael Perez. Did you ever see it? Or,
I never saw it, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat.
but you wasn't looking for it.
I wasn't looking for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real. When I was around Suge and the homies from Pyro, we was by the rule, and this was what it was. It was love.
Do you don't know, but does it seem, because that's the whole $1 million question, does it seem possible that he would have had them cops around, or it was just too many? Why would he
You
have?
gotta look at it like this. And this is speaking hypothetically, not particularly also. When a motherfucker from the ghettos or somewhere like that, you having money. You know, Death Row was worth for 200-something million at this time.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh, more than that.
Or more than that. And so, you know, you're gonna hire security. And some of these dudes are cops, off-duty cops, ex-cops. Some of them you might not even know. You just know, hey, security, they license to carry a gun. But, you know, might not even know he's LAPD officer or ex-LAPD, you never know. So, you know, I mean, you're gonna keep security. He gonna keep his homies around him. But then when they go to big events, you can't have gang members.
Let's say on parole. And,
Right, at a big event somewhere, so you gotta have some real professional security, you know? And so, you know, the plenty of them, all them niggas do that shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, I wanna clear something up, you know, and shout out to my homie Nino Cap, because we had a little thing you know, and there was a misunderstanding. I allowed somebody to do an interview with me a while back who engaged me about the incidents, but he was on some selfish, greedy shit, you know, and he was on some shit like
The interviewer?
Yeah, he's just trying to get the status, and he's twisting stories and crossing shit, you know, and I slap his bitch ass if I saw him right now, and I saw Nino would do it too. We probably fuck him up together, because he kind of low-key like, you know, was questioning me, but he had me, I'm fresh out of prison. When he did it, he was like, you know what Nino said, he
damn near like cross-examining you.
and he talking about Nino, and I'm saying they had Suge, and so they did. There was two different instances, but I wasn't out when that happened. So I was engaged like, nigga, I don't know nothing about that, nigga. What I do know, nigga, is that me and Oz and them had him sound something.
But you weren't saying BJ didn't do it. I'm saying I don't know nothing about
but
it.
then they had me like saying like, yeah, no, the nigga lying if he said that. But that was the case. There was a misunderstanding. There was an incident with my homie Nino, you know what I'm saying? And Rad Dog, which rest in peace, was present, you know, the boy, and getting, you know, because, and then I'm gonna keep it real, he should have been doing some things. You know what I'm saying? When you got this type of money, you wanna be able to give back. You claiming something, and this is representing what they represent and protect you and everything, even if you, not just your bodyguards, because homies other places, it still represent Death Row in the blood.
And those two groups,
So you should wanna
Bounty
give something
and the
back.
Pyrus, is really the first, kind of like, that was the first alliance of bloods, right?
Say that one more
The
time.
Bounty, the Bound thing was the first.
Yeah, you know, like, well, if you're talking about when the Bloods came about,
Yeah.
well, no, actually, it was the Bramps, you know what I'm saying? And they were more like first a little bit, you know, from the history I know. I'm a 70s baby. You know, I'm born and raised in Watts, but I know my history, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, like, you know, we was Green Jackets, but then to change. You know, you used the Brims, then the Pyros, the Body Hunters. It's all in the same era, but the Brims were kind of more like first, you know, from my understanding. You know what I'm saying? I was a pup then.
What did the Bound Rule thing mean? Just
It
y'all.
was Bunny Hunters and Power Rules, just a click thing, just like you got Mafia Lane, the lanes in the Mafia. Bottle Rule, But then Bonnaroo was also a dress code thing. The homies would say, "Oh, that nigga Bonnaroo'd up."
What did that mean?
I mean, he was fly. He was G the motherfucker. He was sharp. You know what I'm saying? But then we used it in a click thing because the Bobs and Pyros and the Bounty Hunters were real frontline down moves. And so, and they're deep and we deep, and so we right next door to each other. And in the prison system, we had to fight against the opposition at the time, which was the Keyways, the Crips. And so, we would be in melees and shit, and we Bonnaroo that shit. You feel me? Pyros and Bounty Hunters. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's how that shit started. And, today, a lot of young niggas, they fucked it up.